going on? The secret sauce for today is a quote by Kurt Cobain. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. If that door doesn't open, shoot yourself in the head. On the docket today, SEC Chair Gary Gensler. His crypto crackdown is absolutely under scrutiny as he testifies before Congress. It is wonderful seeing him in the hot seat. AI tokens lead weekly crypto gains as Fed interest rate is cut. SocialFi app favor. Launch your social token airdrop for Lens and Farcast users. If you were an early adopter, you need to look into this. Polymarket eyes a $50 million funding round, and they may launch a token. This would be good news for everybody that's been on the Polymarket platform. Kraken expands European football with Dutch broker acquisition, and Binance hits 100 trillion in all-time trading volume. Solana above 156. That is the number we want to crush to see it go absolutely bananas. And the first Android phone was released on this day in 2008. Empire sells 60,000 NFT vouchers on Get Games. What the fuck is a voucher? We're going to get into that. And Telegram reaches 10 million paid subscribers, even with their updated features. Chinese miners control 55% of the global Bitcoin hash rate. How is that possible? They're not allowed to have Bitcoin. Potential altcoin season indicators are going to be identified very shortly. Bitcoin poised for potential breakout to 78K. And Upbit is to store user data on AWS servers in the United States. What did I just say? Yes. A blockchain company is going to partner with a Web2 company to store data. Is this make you outraged? It shouldn't. It is super smart. And SUI predictions, we are going to revisit all-time highs. That is coming very soon. Coinbase faces SEC in federal court. Cardano ADA enters the top 10 again. We missed you. Welcome back. Bitcoin outperformed nearly every single asset class over the last 12 months, gaining 15% by market cap. CryptoPunks dominate NFT sales with several high-volume transactions. And Step and Go and Adidas launch a second phase of collaboration with a new Genesis NFT collection. MyTon Wallet adds support for Tron-based assets. Poll shows that crypto owners favor Trump over Harris with gender and demographic disparities. Ethereum could see further downside before it skyrockets. People are saying it is about to absolutely moon. And Hamster Combat airdrop excluded over half of the eligible players. Why wasn't I given an airdrop? Shiba Inu shows potential trend reversal, and Bitcoin may be poised for a Q4 rally similar to past cycles. What does it all mean? Chaos, the clarity, noise, the narrative. It is Wednesday, September 24th, and it is time for some Urbits. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index is coming in at a 54. We're up 4 from yesterday. Market cap is plus 10% from yesterday, while volume is down about 3%. Bitcoin dominance is coming in at about 55.01, and Ethereum dominance is coming in at 13.94. Top crypto search term for the normies is AltLayer, ticker sign ALT. It is up 69% on the 7-day, and we have 42 days until the election. And on this day in history, 2008, the first Android phone was launched. It was called the G1. It was the T-Mobile G1. It hit the streets as the world's first Android-powered smartphone, paving the way for all of the shit that's going on now. Basically, I listened to something that this is what paved the way for all of the S&M technology. That is called surveillance and manipulation. If you aren't familiar with that, look it up. It is really interesting. And in crypto news, Empire has sold over 60,000 NFT vouchers on Get Games Marketplace. And before we get into some more news, let's check the numbers for the nerds. And look at the heat map. It is absolutely spectacular. Off the rip, we see Solana, ADA, WIF, SAY, SUI, Link, FET, STX, ICP, FTM, just ripping new paradigms. Bitcoin trading at 64,171, up 6.6% on the week. Ethereum trading at 2,643, up 13% on the week. BNB 605, up 10% on the week. Solana trading at 152, up 15.9% just this week. XRP trading at 59 cents, up 2.3%. Dogecoin up 9.8%. Toncoin up 2.4%. Let's talk about this. Toncoin right now, $5.64. There is still some unresolved controversy that we have to get through with Pavel. It has caused this coin to suffer. In my opinion, this coin should be at $10. Without this drama, this coin would rip the ecosystem that this is touching. Next up, Cardano, back in the top 10. Hello, Cardano. Looking at some of my list, we are going to look at Toncoin. You know what? Let's see what is up the most on the hour. Say, up 6% on the hour. Popcat, 1.8%. Dog with Hat, 1.4%. Mitchie, 1.2%. And what is interesting, this is going to be an extra long podcast tonight because I am going to get, I put out some stuff in my Substack for people that are subscribers, and I put out a bunch of stuff for people that don't want to subscribe. What does that mean? You just say, I would like to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, nerds. But still, there are people that will only read stuff for non-subscribers. So I put stuff out. And what did I put out today? I put my list of 9 tokens that you absolutely have to have on your list. A lot of them are on here, and we're going to go through all of them. I'm going to tell you where they're at, why I'm bullish, where they came from, why they should be in your bag. Not your bag to hold, in your bag of DYOR, because I do not give financial advice, but I look at so much shit, and if you don't have this shit in your bag, you are missing it. And I am on wax months ago as saying September 24th, 2024 is when the shift happens. Today is the day that everything begins to turn around. And if I look at my favorites, which is what we have on screen right now, on the day, we're looking at 27% up, 14%, 16%, 5%. We are doing, let's go to the day. 27, 19, 16, 14, 13, 11, 10. This is today, okay? We are getting into rip-roaring season, and all this stuff is going to be in my Substack tomorrow, but you don't subscribe, so suck it. Looking at metrics. So in my Substack, I pick a different stat that I want to put out every day, things we should think about. One of the great things is the number of days that Bitcoin has been profitable. Out of the entire ecosystem of Bitcoin since its existence, 3,861 days. Of those days, 3,765 have been profitable. Who does that, right? Just Bitcoin. We absolutely love it. It has a 97.51% profit rate, only 99 unprofitable days if you are a long-term holder. Magic. Absolutely magic. We love to see Bitcoin magic. Looking at liquidations, we're coming in at about $156.3 million. Flat change over the 24 hours. Nothing crazy we want to look at. DEX volumes doing about 5 billion. 31% change in the last week. We saw this. We said it was coming. And the chart that I have up on screen. So what we're going to look at is July 2022, DEX volume, $14.49 billion. July, very slow time. July this season, DEX volume, $34.71 billion. Now, our biggest month last year was October, ending on November 5th. We did about $46 billion. We are going to crush that, and it all starts now. And I couldn't be happier. Top 20 coin searches in the last 7 days. Put these top 3 on your list. Spectral, AltLayer, and Nero. I'm not going to mention them again. Top 20 most visited coins in the last 24 hours. This actual top 10 list is just fire. BitTensor, ticker sign TAO. It was on my Rarebits radar 2 weeks ago. It is up 70%. Sui, up 48% in the last 7 days. Celestia, ticker sign TIA, up 28% in the last 7 days. ZK Sync, up 20%. Salamis, up 16%. Listen, Solana holders, we are just gearing up for all-time highs. We have already surpassed it if you look at market in different metrics, but Everybody wants to see the USD value surpass all-time highs, and ATH is coming. Next up, IONET, Ethereum, StarkNet, Layer Zero, Bitcoin, and Dogs. All of these are paving the way. We have to, and we're going to get into this in a second with the meme coins that I have, the top 9 things that you need to have in your bag. But is it going to be dogs? Is it going to be cats? Is it going to be frogs? Top meme coins by market capitalization. At the moment, Shiba Inu up 2.2%, Floki up 5.93%, Doge up 1.6%, Pepe up 6%, Bonk up 5.97%, and WIF, keep that hat on because it is up 14.48% in the last 24 hours. Doing a live check on some of the poly market news. We're just going to see what's happening there. We have, what will J.D. Vance say during the VP debate? What will Tim Walz say during the VP debate? Will Cult launch a coin in 2024? CSGO, Blast Premier, Fall Winter, Kamala Silver Bullet, Kamala Harris, 538 odds, Kamala, NFL Championship. Will Beeple's everyday feature SPF and Diddy today? That was 100% confirmed, and we like to see that. That was absolutely awesome. If you placed a bet on that, cheers to you. We're going to keep things moving right along, and we're going to just keep the music going for the what the fuck section. So this morning, some of the what the fuck stuff that caught my eye was China announces interest rate cuts, increased spending to boost struggling economy, leading to positive global market reactions. Now, what does that mean? It means that China is flooding the market with very inexpensive money globally. This has happened before. It normally doesn't create huge waves, but we have never had this happen at the exact time that we're 160 days past the Bitcoin halving. We have a recipe for unprecedented God candles. It is really interesting. This is really going to play out in the next 2 weeks. And once shit gets going, it's going to go. Next up, Biden delivers his final UN address, focusing on global conflicts and with the backdrop of the upcoming U.S. election. Category 3 Hurricane John makes landfall on Mexico's southern Pacific coast, bringing life-threatening flooding and super high winds. And Trump threatens John Deere while chilling assassination plot against him has currently been revealed. It is raising more security concerns. So all this stuff, it just never gets old, does it? Next up, you know what? We aren't even going to look at these coins because everything has changed. But this goes out at 5:30 in the morning in my Substack. Celestia, Dog with Hat, Echelon Prime. These are all interesting coins. Eunice, SED. I would love, you know what? I'm going to do a dive in on this coin, Leo, because why do I want to do this? Because Eunice said, Leo, it is the number 19 in crypto market cap. I have never, ever heard one person mention this token, except for me, in my entire life. Now, how does something get to the number 19 market cap in all of the cryptocurrencies and nobody's talking about it? I don't know what it does. Okay, Near Protocol, Bitcoin Cash, Polkadot, Chainlink, Shiba Inu, I could actually tell you almost what the utility is of each of these tokens. Litecoin, Sui going down, Internet Computer, AS Alliance, Uniswap, Aptos, Caspa, Bitensor. Like, what the fuck is Eunice said LEO? If you know, please leave a comment. I would love to find out. We're going to get into it, trust me. But I love seeing it moving around. Next up, my pick for today, it was my pick about 8 days ago. It was Sui. I may have even picked it 2 days ago. I'm just trying, I put out a pick every day in my Substack. I also post it sometimes on X, just saying I've done research. If you are looking to put money into something, this is a gamble. You can see that I signify gamble because there are dice on the screen. That means that it's not a sure thing. But in a very short amount of time, it went from $15.4 billion to $15.9 billion. That's a lot. That's a big up. That's the kind of shit you want to see in your portfolio. So Sui, it continues to be on my list. We're going to get into more of that shit in a minute. Next up, I look at the metrics between who will be in the White House. Coming up January 6th, voting happens. Coming up in November, we have 43 days until the election. It is looking like bettors are betting on Kamala Harris over Donald Trump at the moment. Not a big deal. This morning, Bitcoin was trading at $63,440, up less than 1% on the last 24 hours. Now, if you are not watching the video of this, you are missing something awesome, because on the screen is the most awesome thing ever. Like, I'm an OG, right? I've been through all this shit. I remember when they had bag phones. I remember when they had brick phones. And then I remember 2008. The first Android phone hit the streets, and it was this little teeny tiny thing. And it was almost like the smaller the phone was, the better it was. We would eventually get down to a matchbook. Hello. Oh, I'm here. Yeah. To me, that's privacy, the matchbook phone. Anyway, on this date in 2008, the first Android phone, the T-Mobile G1, hits the streets as the world's first powered smartphone, paving way for the Android's subsequent dominance in the global market. I touched on it already about what S&M is. It is absolutely crazy. But look how teeny that phone was. And it like flipped up and had a little keyboard on there that you could barely touch, especially if you had big thumbs. But it was amazing. And we have come so far, so fast, and it blows my mind. People also don't talk about the progress that we have made in the short amount of time that we have made it, which I also find absolutely insane. And now you're gonna throw AI into the mix and quantum computing, and shit is about to get weird so fast. Holy moly. In crypto news, X Empire has sold over 60,000 NFT vouchers on the Get Games marketplace, totaling more than 4 billion X tokens. This achievement highlights the project's growing popularity and investor confidence, boosting voucher prices with 40 million users, 19 million Telegram subscribers, and 2.5 million followers on X. X Empire's community continues to expand. The project is set to end its current mining phase on the 30th of September. So we have about 6 days to get your mining stuff in. With anticipated airdrop and upcoming listing on major exchanges, people are super excited. They have partnerships, a growing ecosystem, blah, 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 blah. When stuff gets listed on these major exchanges, why is this important? Because there's two things that happen. One, either the community continues to latch on and it moves forward at an alarming rate, or the other thing is it has a hockey stick. And right as it gets listed on the exchange, it shoots up. And if you are a savvy investor, that is a wonderful time to exit. Buy the rumor, sell the news. If you have been playing this, enjoying this, you decide you want to double down before it actually gets listed and the season ends, you might have an arbitrage opportunity. So, what the fuck is a voucher? And I wanted to touch on this because this is another new thing that is coming down the pike. Okay, in the context of blockchain and cryptocurrency, vouchers typically refer to digital tokens that represent a claim or entitlement to another asset or service, often linked to future transactions. Here's how NFT vouchers work. NFT vouchers are placeholders for something of value that the holder will receive at a later date. In X Empire's case, these vouchers can be converted into the X token in the future. Tradability. These vouchers are unique digital assets. They're all stored on the blockchain. They can be bought, sold, and traded in marketplaces like Get Games, offering liquidity and investment potentials. So if you haven't been playing the game, there are ample opportunities and places to get involved with the trading that is happening. What's the investment opportunity? As the project value grows, the value of these vouchers theoretically could rise, making them potential lucrative investments. In short, these vouchers are a way to invest early in the project, allowing holders to convert them into valuable tokens or other assets once certain conditions are met in the future. Hence, the arbitrage opportunity. This has the ability to catch on in the future if these tokens do get listed on major exchanges. Does the viability for this ecosystem to thrive and continue exist? And yes, it's a well thought out game. It's on Telegram. It's accessible to absolutely everybody instantly around the world. They have a huge following, a huge number of participants, a huge increase in daily active users. It is something to watch. So I put this on your radar officially. In other news, Telegram recently reached 10 million paid subscribers, introducing the new feature while phasing out old, outdated ones that get you put in the hoosegow. The People Nearby feature, which has been introduced by DGods and outlawed by Pavel, was actually used by less than 1% of the users. It has been replaced by something called Businesses Nearby, showcasing verified businesses. Additionally, new media uploads to Telegram have been disabled to misuse. Telegram remains committed to enhancing moderation, aiming to curb illicit activities while protecting its nearly 1 billion legitimate users. Privacy concerns linger as Telegram's policy now involves sharing user data with authorities if shit goes wrong, which is not making many people happy because it means there is a backdoor to the ecosystem, which is why we are watching the Toncoin possibly suffer. The Toncoin needs Telegram to be what it promised when Toncoin was launched. If the playing field is different, if the rules have changed, the game has changed. Do I think Toncoin can adapt to the new playing field? Absolutely. Do I think price will be impacted? Yes, we're seeing it. Do I think this is an opportunity? I do. Pavel, I hope you get your shit together. I hope all of this is something that goes into the rearview mirror. Now, it is interesting. I started doing some research this morning, and as I was doing it, it started to become a topic. So, 2021, China puts a ban on cryptocurrency mining, period. At this moment in time, Chinese miners control 55% of the global Bitcoin hash rate. Let me repeat that. In 2020-21, mining Bitcoin became illegal in mainland China, yet they still produce over half of the world's Bitcoin. Donald Trump, we need help. U.S. mining pools currently hold about 40%, primarily supporting institutional miners. This dominance persists as China prepares to amend its AML, or anti-money laundering laws. All of this is going down in 2025, but keep in mind, we just saw China open the books and make money really cheap to acquire. This is a great arbitrage opportunity for the Chinese citizens. All of this could potentially impact crypto's oversight, which apparently in China there is none. Despite challenges including low Bitcoin miner revenue in August, China remains a key player in the Bitcoin mining industry. Oh, no shit. They produce over 55% of the Bitcoin, and you think they're still a player in the game? One of the Giga Chads I like to check out, Ali Martinez, has identified two key patterns that could signal an upcoming altcoin season. First, the combined altcoin market cap is forming a bull pennant, which could trigger a rally past $1 trillion if it breaks resistance. Second, Bitcoin's market cap dominance is forming a bearish rising wedge. All of these charts are on Ali's site as well as in my Substack this morning, suggesting a potential decline. These indicators hint that altcoins might soon outperform Bitcoin. There are so many questions to get into with this. Bitcoin is poised for a potential breakout towards 78K, driven by China's recent $140 billion stimulus package. The injection of liquidity from People's Bank of China follows previous actions that boosted Bitcoin's price. Analysts believe this stimulus will influence other central banks, increasing global liquidity, benefiting Bitcoin and all of you crypto nerds. Additionally, technical analysis shows a bullish flag pattern supporting the upward price target. However, a pullback could occur if Bitcoin fails to break it. We can't make it. Took your mama 9 months to make it. If Bitcoin fails to break resistance with broader implications tied to global liquidity trends, we could be in trouble, but that ain't gonna happen, is it? In more news, Upbit, South Korea's largest cryptocurrency exchange, will begin storing user data on Amazon Web Services in the United States. This all happens on October 1st. This update aims to enhance service reliability, scalability, and security, similar to other major exchanges like Coinbase. Whoa, another crypto exchange that is a blockchain business that uses Web 2 services for all of the magic that they provide. It's not an either or. It is going to be interoperability between different blockchains and Web 2. That's the answer. There's no division. There's no teams anymore. There's progress forward. What's interesting about this is this switch raises concerns about how data jurisdiction under the Cloud Act, which allows U.S. authorities to access data stored overseas. This change comes amid a growing interest with cryptocurrency, especially in South Korea, where many young citizens prefer investing in cryptocurrency than their local currency because it's all going to shit. Bitwise executive Jeff Park predicts significant volatility following the U.S. SEC approval of options on BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF. He views it as a monumental advancement for the crypto market that unlocks leverage synthetic flows for Bitcoin, which we have yet to see. Park notes Bitcoin's unique volatility characterized by a volatility smile, which could lead to a gamma squeeze fueling further increases. He also states that these options will benefit Bitcoin miners in the short and long term as prices and floors begin to improve and profitability goes up. Blunt predicts SUI is about to revisit all-time highs following a significant rally last week that indicates it could outperform Bitcoin. Everybody is on board with SUI at the moment. He describes SUI as a potential successor to Solana, and I love to hear this. We have both SUI and SEI competing from different viewpoints on the Solana ecosystem, and this competition is going to be glorious for the end user in the long term. 2-3 years from now, these blockchains are going to learn from each other, and whether one succeeds or outpaces the other, all of these blockchains will reiterate and change their process. We are on the verge of absolute magic happening. It is really cool. All this stuff makes me super happy. Blunts is also looking at a coin called Popcat, which we're going to touch on in a minute, and Simon's Cat, which I have talked about in my Substack, but not on the podcast. If you read the Substack, you know. If not, that's how it goes. Anyway, we are looking at some corrective waves that have been completed, just meaning the skies are going to be glorious. We have Coinbase. They faced waves in the SEC in federal court on Monday, arguing that regulators did not provide a clear path for participants in the digital asset space. After the rulemaking was denied, Coinbase's legal team contended that the SEC enforcement actions are basically fucking arbitrary. The SEC maintained that Coinbase's dissatisfaction with these existing rules does not exempt it from compliance. This is by no means done. Gary Gensler recently was in the hot seat, and some of the questions he did not answer to suffice. Basically, a gentleman brought up the difference between purchasing a ticket for a sporting event and purchasing an NFT ticket that gave you access to a comedy series. Two basically ticket access points for the exact same type of thing. Content that the user wanted to enjoy. And just like anything that is bought and sold, there is nobody that buys anything with the intention or possibility of reselling it that wants to sell it for a loss. From sneakers to products to farm goods to electricity, from anything. But all of a sudden, when we're talking about a sporting event, it's fine to buy a ticket and sell it for a profit. But if it's an NFT that gives you access to an animated series, a show, that's a security. So Gary Gensler looked absolutely like the boob that he is which made me so happy. So all of this stuff is something that will continue to move forward. And when we get DJT in the White House, Gary Gensler, you can kiss your seat goodbye. Elizabeth Warren, you're an idiot. And John Deaton, please crush that shit. Take that seat. Send us in the direction we need to go. And last on the notch tree tonight, we have Cardano. It had a breakthrough rally. It was up 5.9% for Cardano. That is a lot. I'm kidding. But the developers are remaining focused on what they're doing, and it brought it back into this top 10 that we like to see. If you guys are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack. It would be greatly appreciated. I thank you for tuning in. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.